Hello, in this video I want to talk about the temporary or seasonal doctrines and the leadership doctrines. First we talk about the seasonal doctrines, and I think this is a very huge idea because having every season some special doctrines to use for the unit that you want will help a lot a lot of new players, but also the medium veterans during the competitive scenarios, so ranked or maybe territory wars, etc. So I hope that they will put seasonal doctrines in each season. Maybe not only leadership ones, but maybe next season 2 leadership and 2 new ones, new special ones. So we can have a lot of difference in each season, like the runes that we use. The runes are on every season. We have different runes. Secondly, I want to talk about the leadership doctrines.
Present arms! For Ostoria and Orgolia!
Di per se, this leadership doctrine have a lot of potential, okay? But there is a problem, and the problem is the number. That number, 16, depends of how much leadership the unit cost. We all know, veterans and not veterans, that leadership is very important in this game. And there are people who spend years to create their special armors, pieces with maybe 5 or 10 more leadership to increase the maximum one. So having the possibility to have even more bonus in terms of leadership will put the players to think about of using this doctrine for the high level, high era units instead of the lowest ones. Because if you can check, I give you an example, a simple example.
Berserkers born for battle!
Berserker goes to the RT4 and it goes to 245 to 205. Okay. If we go lower,
We serve our order!
we got 105, for example, and 88. It's very low. But when we are talking about of the T5 units,
A brave man with a sharp blade can change everything.
247 from
Our principles are beyond your
295,
understanding.
so like 50 points of leadership, okay? 50 points of leadership. Imagine to use it to your
We will
favorite
reap a
cab,
grim harvest.
for example, you will get a lot of points and also the possibility to abuse of T5. You know, we already use a lot of T5 units because they are meta. Essentially, T5 units are the meta of the game in most of the scenarios, okay? So, putting this doctrine without thinking about this thing will make the situation, also the battles, much more annoying, because people will use a lot of T5. We will have less units in general, and we will finish a lot of battles in like a few seconds, because people will, once they lost their 2 units, their 2 special units, kaput. So my idea to make this this doctrine even more special and even more to put the players to think more about before using them to the T5, they will still using on the people will still use these doctrines on the T5 wherever, but maybe once they have more than 3 and 4 of these doctrines, okay, maybe they will start thinking about their favorite units on the lowest levels. For example, a lot of people use these guys, for example. But how we can change, what we can put this doctrine to make useful for to put in the lowest era units?
We serve the Khan.
By checking this doctrine. You see, there is two bonuses. One is for the normal units and the other one is for the Hellfire seasonal units. Stalwarts, Paladins, Coconuts, Flamethrower, and Arminker. So, if we change this and we say and the developers will put a new string and says, okay, if your units is above the T3, so above the Silver Era, you get 16. But if you put these doctrines to Silver Era or even less, the number will increase to, for example, 25. We will have a less difference between era in the game, about thinking about the choices. So imagine to have 16 for the normal units, for the high era units, and 25 for the low level units, low era, excuse me. For example, if I go to my
Kill it with fire.
that are my favorite, these are my favorite low era units. With 16, I goes to 180 to 151. If we increase to 120, for example, if we increase to 25%, we will get even less. Maybe we go to around 135. Okay, so we are talking about of like 45, 40 points instead of 20, 29. So people will start thinking about, okay, I have these leadership doctrines, okay, should I have to use only on the T5 units until I finish my T5 units, or should I put on my favorite ones so I can have more space and I can make different warbands based on the maps or which playstyle I want to use? I leave your thoughts and tell me what you think. See ya!